Hello, my friends. Let's talk about Valkyria Revolution. The previous title, Valkyria Chronicles, was one of my top games for the PlayStation 3, and one of the first games I talked about on this channel. Its means of discussing bigotry and presenting it as intuitively relatable to its intended audience was inspired. However, when I booted up Valkyria Revolution and discovered that the active turn-based tactics game had been replaced by something more akin to a Dynasty Warriors-esque Muso with turn-like mechanics for special actions, I was pretty bummed out. Regardless, it was fun on its own, but for a while I was worried that I wasn't going to find anything interesting in this new story. However, when talking to friend of the channel Hunter about a possible topic for Assassin's Creed Origins, I had a revelation about Valkyria Revolution. The Valkyria series has always been about history, how it is remembered and how it is written. It is for this reason that these games always present themselves through a light filter of folding scratch marks. It is a subtle and often forgettable reminder that what you're seeing is not just a game, but a history, a story of facts written down meant to be learned. Valkyria Revolution focuses on this emphasis even more. The setting of Valkyria Revolution is that of a student meeting in secret with his professor. He has found some inconsistencies in the Kingdom of Jutland's official account of their war with the Empire of Ruse, particularly in regards to an infamous group known as the Five Traitors, and the professor happens to be the sole proprietor of the primary source account of the war by the Five Traitors, the Princess Ophelia, and the Anti-Valkyria squad. The game then uses this setting to present two accounts and two major theories of how history is made, how societies progress. We all know that history is written by the winners, whoever stands with power at the end of a conflict. And from this, we get what is called the great man theory of history. This theory states that major changes in the course of history are directly and primarily the result of the influence of rare, talented, and ambitious individuals who rise up and dictate to a country the path that it shall take. An individual takes the helm and steers the ship, and thus they deserve the credit. However, it is somewhat suspicious that every nation throughout history presents that same narrative for every leader of a nation. These rulers most often have direct input into how history about them is written, and thus a clear motivation can be established. Perpetuating great man-style histories protects the legacy of the individual's accomplishments as a leader. It helps them to be remembered, which is something we all want, while solidifying a national identity. This is the Ruse Empire. This is Emperor Claudius and his 4 generals, a nation that is run entirely and exclusively on the charisma, the ego, and the control of a single man. All actions resulting from his decree, and only those actions which come from his decree. But why then would something like national identity matter? Why would the headline of a national newspaper and the opinion of the public matter to a ruler of this sort? Everything comes from the leader and falls down to the rest, does it not? Well, this is precisely the reason for the theories of history that counter these notions, the revolutionary theory of history. Now, admittedly, this is a term of art of my own creation. In my research of what theories acted as an antithesis, whatever I came across tied their theory to other schools of philosophy that addressed issues beyond which social actors are the influencing factors on major social changes. They all shared one common theme, however. The revolution theory of history is that the ambitions and dissatisfaction of the society at large are the reason that great leaders are formed. Societies aren't so much steered by leaders like a captain at the helm, but rather they find and prop up leaders as a catalyst for action. Leaders are the ship's engine to be maintained by the crew. The 5 traders represent the various aspects of society that truly represent what guides a nation. Solomon represents diplomacy. Violet represents knowledge and information. Freet represents social education and the media. Basil represents economy and innovation. And Amlet represents violent force through the use of the anti-Valkyria squad. These 5 people, each representing the influences present in society, dictated the course of Jutland into war against the Ruzi Empire to resist the dictates of the great man represented in Emperor Claudius, and propped up Princess Ophelia as the catalyst to their ambitions. At the time of writing, I haven't yet finished the game, so I am not exactly sure which theory of history the game will ultimately conclude on, the great man theory or the revolutionary theory. Only time will tell, though I think it is easy to see which is more likely to win in the end. Thank you for watching, my friends. If you enjoyed these videos, please share them around with your friends. Hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell for more. I don't pay anyone to advertise the channel, so the only way we can grow is with your help. Thanks again, and remember, stay true.